15th annual 7 Cares Idaho Shares is now underway.
Yeah, over the years, generous individuals, families, organizations, and businesses have donated nearly $4 million on more than 1.7 million pounds of food. And for those of you who may be new to the area, all of the money and food goes to 9 charities in the Treasure and Magic Valleys, including the Boise Rescue Mission, several Salvation Army chapters, and the Idaho Food Bank. And you can actually start donating now, and we'll have more information about that in just a bit.
But first, generous companies really also open their hearts and their bank accounts to help those in need through 7 Cares Idaho Shares. We call them companies that care.
Jim Duthie is talking with a bunch of them over the next 2 weeks. Check out this company that cares.
7 Cares Idaho Shares is coming up on Saturday, December 10th, and it promises to be another day of incredible generosity and giving across the Treasure Valley. And a large part of that generosity involves the major donations from companies that care. Now, one of those companies is Tyson Foods, and David McMillan is team lead with Tyson Foods. Thanks for talking with us today, David. You know, Tyson Foods has been a major part of 7 Cares Idaho Shares since the beginning, 15 years ago. And we love to see that big truck loaded with chicken for the Idaho Food Bank. So, David, why is Tyson Foods so committed to giving back to the community at events like 7 Cares Idaho Shares?
Oh, boy. Specifically for the Idaho market, it's because of what KTVB does. You guys are by far best in class. And then you have a great partner with the Idaho Food Bank. You mentioned we've been involved with this for 14 years, so that is 2.4 million meals that we've been able to donate to the Idaho Food Bank. And this is so important for Tyson Foods because being a huge protein company, from our executive leadership, there is a commitment to donate $50 million to help educate, create awareness, and fight hunger. This has been a very busy year. Not just providing truckloads of product in local communities, but we have a full disaster relief team at corporate that spent time in Kentucky during those awful floods, and then went down to Florida for the Hurricane Ian that came through. So it's been a busy year. And then when you also really think about just locally, let's come back local here, where there's over 150,000 people, Idahoans, that have some insecurities with hunger. 1/3 of those are children, by the way. So if you take that number, that would fill Albertson Stadium 4.5 times. That's a lot of people. And it's really been amplified, because when you look at the last couple years with the pandemic, we saw numbers creep up. And then this year, we've really been hit hard with inflation, pretty much across all products, which has really also involved food. So there's a huge need, and we are so excited again to partner with KTVB. And as you mentioned, we have a truckload of chicken that we're going to donate to the Idaho Food Bank, and that's going to help in those efforts here in the local community.
Sure is. And every year we see the need, and it just seems to grow, and then we think, well, maybe next year will be better, and we set the goals and we try to meet those needs and bring relief, and there's just more and more need from year to year. Now, how has Tyson established a culture of sharing with those in need, especially getting the employees involved? How do they participate?
Well, like I mentioned, it's something that is very important to the company. And then I'm lucky to live here and represent the company, and it's just such an awesome opportunity because you guys make it easy, and like I said, you're best in class. So just look forward to doing it every year and continuing to try to raise awareness. And as you mentioned, the numbers keep going up, but by continuing to raise awareness, and it's just unfortunate too, because we're seeing more and more people that didn't used to rely on the food bank, or they're embarrassed to go to the food bank. So just by creating more awareness and creating greater accessibility, because one thing the food bank has a hard time sourcing is protein. So working for a company that has protein, living in a great community, and bringing all that together to make an impact really makes it all special.
Well, thank you, David, for Tyson's generous donations. You know, I can't wait to see that big truck pull up again this year and that chain of volunteers that starts unloading all of that food. That's so much fun to see. So we're grateful to Tyson Foods for being a company that cares. Thank you, David.
And a huge thank you to all of the companies that care and everyone who's donated and will donate to 7 Cares Idaho Shares.
On your screen, we're going to show you a list of the 9 amazing charities your money greatly benefits. They are the Idaho Food Bank, several under the umbrella of the Boise Rescue Mission, including the River of Life Homeless Shelter, City Light Home for Women and Children, Lighthouse Rescue Mission of Nampa, and Valley Women and Children's Shelter of Nampa. Also, the Salvation Armies of Ada County, Caldwell, Nampa, and Twin Falls.
And you can donate now through December 10th, and it's very easy to do. Just scan that QR code that you see on your screen right now to donate, or go to 7 Cares Idaho Shares on our website, ktvb.com, to find a link to donate.